Hello everyone, welcome to May Bullet Journal. So this month I'm inspired by cottage core theme and fairy core theme. I recently discovered this aesthetic and this theme online that people will like gardening, baking at home, ceramic, this kind of traditional living, which I found it is really interesting because I never heard about fairy core or cottage core theme. And in 2021, especially in this high-tech knowledge world, it is very unique to find people that still enjoy and love this kind of old traditional living. So to appreciate this kind of aesthetics theme that I found out recently, I'm gonna create a theme which has a lot of dry flowers, gardening, picnic, lemonade, and maybe some old clothing hanging there. So with all the elements in my mind, I'm gonna show you how I do that. Firstly, in this page, the first two pages, I'm gonna do a monthly calendar. This one is basically I use a lot of fairy core and cottage core aesthetic elements. For example, this pot that I'm drawing, which is very common in cottage core, fairy core. They usually do ceramic instead of buying a lot of manufactured bowl. They will use like handmade, homemade aesthetic element products in their home. I'm also drawing a really traditional mirror. I add all the detail at the round of the mirror. So I'm doing the fairy core cottage core theme. I'm not gonna do this kind of like IKEA aesthetic mirror because that one is just simple, the most simple mirror, but this one is kind of like an old traditional mirror, so that's why I'm adding this kind of all the details and pattern into it, and the result I turned out quite like it. To continue, I'm drawing the line work on the window. This is inspired by a picture I found on Pinterest. There's a window that you can see the view from inside your room. That's why I think this picture is it's really hit me on a point that I feel like I'm inside the theme. I'm inside the cottage core theme. That's why I like this angle, and I'm presenting here because in my view I'm viewing outside. I can see all the garden later on, and I can see all the dry flowers. So I think this is very interesting to draw and can give you the vision of if you are a cottage core lady, what would you do, what would you see. So I'm getting inspired by that. And also I'm here drawing a lot of flower. I added some leaf, just give it a random try. I added some mushroom too. This is my first month bullet journal. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's alright that I'm doing a little bit mistake here. So I'm doing May, but I found out later that the number is wrong. It's supposed to start it on Saturday, but here I drew that I'm started at the beginning of Thursday. So later on I correct everything or the number and basically redone it. You can see this clip, but it is fine for all the wrong thing. Here I'm trying all the color palette that I want to use in this cottagecore aesthetic theme, and later on I found out the color palette that I really like, so I keep that in mind and then I draw it in every part. I'm using the same color palette. Okay, everyone, bear with me. This is almost done. So I did a lot of drawing, a lot of coloring in these two pages. At this point, I'm redrawing all the numbers on top of the calendar. Actually, here I found out that I'm not a fan of this purple color, so I'm gonna cover it with some paper, and I don't have the same like yellow creamy color paper, so I'm gonna tear some of the paper at the back. So here's how I covered the purple color. I tears off one pages at the back of this bullet notebook. And then I try out different shapes of curtain. I end up find that this shape is the best, so I cut it all out. I color it with the color pencil, and then I stick it on top, successfully cover the purple thing, and then we can move on the next page. Here I'm doing the May cottagecore fairy core theme. I really like the bright sun, picnic, all those cake flowers element. I also added a lemonade, butterfly, all kind of like fairy-like theme. I really like this kind of aesthetic during the cottagecore fairy core theme. I'm not sure what you guys like, but I like this theme, so I draw the picnic here, and I hope you enjoy. At this point, I'm almost finished with the picnic theme, these 2 pages. I really like the results. Especially I like how the lettering and also the basket looks. And then I added a shoes which I found online in the cottagecore theme. And then I just draw it, and then we can move on to the next page. The next part is the habit tracker and the mood tracker. These 2 pages, I decided to go with dry flowers and also cherry. Here I stamp on some stamps that I bought online. Also I drew some boxes here so that I can write down the habit that I want to track in May. I still haven't decided what kind of habit I want to track, so I just leave it a blank box here. For the mood tracker, I want to go with a basket inspired theme. I want a lot of little cherry inside the basket. In summer, I really like fruits, so I want to involve some of the fruits inside of my bullet journal. So here is it. Later on I will draw on some cherry on top, and then in each cherry I will just write down a number so that I can track every month what is my mood. There are many kind of ways that you can create a texture on top of the basket. So I'm showing you guys here some of them. You can create more round shape, more V shape, and depend on your choice that you can find the best one for you. I'm drawing my favorite kind of roses. So all you have to do is make a line from inside to outside, and then you make a U, you write a U or V, and then put a straight line, 2 leaves. That's it. This is a very simple rose that you can draw. You can also draw the circle from outside to inside, and then make a V and a straight line and then a heart. So this is how you create the most beautiful, perfect roses doodles, which is my favorite. Next part, we're going to create wish list and expense tracker. The theme going with here is the cottage core fairy core dry flowers theme. So I drew a lot of flower. I only find some kind of pictures in Pinterest. It is enough for me to get a lot of inspiration. So if you want to seek for any dry flower shapes or flower inspo, you can go to Pinterest to search for it. I really like these flowers drawing here. Also, for the expense tracker, this is my first time using bullet journal to do the expense tracker. I'm studying abroad, so I do spend a lot for buying the stuff that I need for either academic or living. So I'm gonna use this expense tracker. Hopefully it works, that I can be more cautious about what I spend and how I spend it. Next two pages, we're going to do the brain dump. I wrote down gold, what I learned, what I'm grateful for in May, also a quote of the month. So I'm so excited to fill in this page, put in all my thoughts of that month. Hopefully I can use this page as much as I wish for. Here we are, the final two pages, the weekly log. This theme, I'm going with the fairy core and cottage core ceramic pottery theme. So I added a lot of different shapes and different sizes of pottery and ceramic. Hopefully this visual interest can create a really beautiful page. So I hope you enjoy the doodles. So this is almost the end of today's bullet journal May tutorial. I found out that cottage core and fairy core is such a big trend, and there's a lot of interesting elements that you can put into your bullet journal. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. If you enjoyed this kind of art content, please subscribe. I will continue improving my editing skills, and I hope to see you in the next time.